And it is day 10 since the militant group Hamas attacked Israel. The Israeli military is preparing for the next stages of the war with the Hamas militant group, while humanitarian crisis still looms over Gaza. In the latest, US President Joe Biden said in an interview that any move by Israel to occupy the Gaza Strip again would be a big mistake. He further said that Hamas does not represent all the Palestinians and added that invading and taking out the extremists is extremely essential. Now, US and Israeli officials are also discussing the possibility of US President Joe Biden visiting Israel at the invitation of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. A visit by Biden will show support for the biggest US ally in West Asia. The White House, however, has denied any comments on this. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken continued his outreach activities in the West Asian region. He completed his six-nation tour with a visit to Jordan. Blinken says that the nations in the region believe any spillover of the Israel-Hamas conflict must be averted. Now, after his meeting with the Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Blinken said, and I'm quoting him here, "The Rafah crossing will be reopened. We are putting in place with the United Nations, with Egypt, with Israel, and also with others, a mechanism by which to get the assistance in and to get it to the people who need it." Blinken did not give a specific time for the crossing to reopen. This while Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas said that the policies and actions of Hamas do not represent the Palestinian people. Staying with diplomacy, Iran has also warned Israel of escalation if it failed to end aggression against Palestinians and stated that the resistance front can defend itself. So far, 1,400 people have been killed in the Hamas attacks and the attacks since then, most of them on the civilians. Meanwhile, Israel's attacks in the days since have flattened neighborhoods and killed at least 2,670 people in Gaza, the majority being ordinary Palestinians. Meanwhile, the Israeli military said that on Sunday that it had confirmed 155 people were being held hostage by Hamas since the militant group staged its deadliest attack last week. The foreign national Palestinians can cross from Gaza to Egypt starting today. The Palestinian embassy says that meanwhile, according to Palestinian embassy, foreign national Palestinians will be able to cross the border into Egypt starting at 9 a.m. local time today. Israel said that it is reopening the water supply to southern parts of Gaza. Israeli Minister of Energy and Infrastructure said that this move will help push civilians to move south and would make it possible to tighten Israel's siege on Gaza. This comes as sound of massive blasts continue to be heard in Gaza as an Israeli ground offensive looms. Meanwhile, the Israeli army has released footage of strikes on what they say is a Hezbollah military position in Lebanon. Iran has also warned Israel of escalation if it failed to end aggression against Palestinians and stated that the resistance front can defend itself. And a principal diplomatic correspondent, Dhan Sibal, sends us this report from Ground Zero in Sderot. Take a listen.
Well, rockets have been launched over us. My camera person can show you the rockets from Gaza. Well, just a short while ago, rockets have been launched over Sderot. My camera person can show you the visuals of the flare, and the Iron Dome was able to handle them. Right now, we are going inside the bunker, one of the bunkers which have been created. This is the bunker which has been created for safety reason for the civilians, and this is the place where we can take a refuge. But right now the situation very sensitive here, and we saw those visuals of the launch. Now security personnel, of course, taking cover as well. Right now you can see situation quite tense in Sderot. We saw the rockets coming from this place, and the plume of smoke over Sedrot right now, that was the plume of smoke. But essentially, there is, of course, worry over the shrapnels as well, if that hurts the people. With video journalist Sanjeet Siddhant Sibal for WION in Sedrot, southern Israel.